Hello everyone, this is Tengu Ru, and welcome back to another Bloodborne boss drawing. In the last episode, we entered into the Upper Cathedral Ward, discovering the choir, the elite delegation of the Healing Church, and their experiments. By breaking a window and taking a hidden elevator down the cathedral, we now come across the source of their power. Here, in the dark cavern, rests Ebrietas, daughter of the cosmos, at the altar of despair. While exploring the old labyrinth beneath Byrgenwerth, the scholars uncovered the Great Is Chalice, which became the cornerstone of the choir. Great chalices unlock the deeper reaches of the labyrinth, and this one was the first to be brought back to the surface since the time of Byrgenwerth, and allowed the choir to have audience with Ebrietas. Instead of remnants and phantasms of the eldritch truth, the choir finally had a direct line to a Great One. When we encounter Ebrietas, she is not hostile. She lays before the body of another Great One that appears to be either Ram or another of its kind. Since we killed Ram, this could very well be its body that has been moved here, but it's also possible that another human was able to ascend as Ram did. Either way, this Great One appears dead, and Ebrietas seems to have a connection to it. With no other options before us, we attack the daughter of the cosmos and begin the fight. This fight can be pretty tough the first time you encounter it. Your typical strategy will be to simply dodge her attacks and stay to her side or back, which can prove difficult with how quickly she turns. When attacking, I highly recommend using bolt paper or a weapon that deals bolt-based damage to quickly put the hurt on her. She also has a weakness to thrust attacks, so try to take advantage of it. Ebrietas has some pretty powerful attacks, so the quicker you can end this fight, the better. A big one to watch out for is her charge attack, as it can be difficult to avoid, especially at close range, and the damage is no joke. One option is to use the cannon for a headshot when she attempts to charge, which will not only stop the attack, but also leaves her open for a visceral. Her head is her weak spot overall, so if you have a weapon that can reach it, I would definitely take any available chance to hit it. When her health gets around 50%, she will put an aura around her. The effects of it might not immediately be apparent, but it's very important to be aware of it. While inside the aura, your health will slowly drop. While not very quickly, it's still enough to make the difference between surviving an attack and not. It is possible to finish the fight so fast that she never gets an opportunity to put her aura up, or for it to even matter, which is another reason why playing into her weaknesses to deal heavy damage and fighting aggressively are so important. A Call Beyond is her final major offense in this fight, and if we learned anything from Mikolash, we will know that this attack can end a fight quickly. The rain of arcane energy from Ebrietas is much larger than what Mikolash was able to dish out, although we do have a little more room to maneuver. Not much more, but every bit helps. One of the easiest ways to beat this boss is to try getting yourself stuck between her two tails. She won't be able to reach you with most of her attacks, and you'll be free to wail away on her. Buff your weapon and mash attack until she drops dead. Some people may find this a little scummy, but it is still an option. I've always really enjoyed the design for Ebrietas, and this drawing was definitely a lot of fun. There's a lot going on, which can seem a little overwhelming at first, but once I got the basic form down, it wasn't too bad. One of the coolest aspects of this boss is how all the elements of the boss work to really change the way it presents itself. The flaps on the face are sometimes closed for a more insect-like appearance. Sometimes they open up for something that's more plant-like. The tentacles sometimes look like arms, and even the wings can spread for an almost angelic appearance. Overall, this is one of the most unique boss designs that From Software has done. There are no new attire sets or weapons available on the way down to this boss, so I left our gear up to all of you. I by far had the most requests to bring in the Executioner set, so that's what I went with. Although they didn't really have a direct lore tie to this boss, It is possible to resurrect the Vile Blood Queen by bringing her flesh to the altar of despair, so perhaps this executioner wishes to destroy the altar or protect it from any surviving Vile Bloods. With this drawing out of the way, we will have finished out the Upper Cathedral Ward and are free to get back to finish out the Nightmare of Mensis. We are down to the final 3 bosses in the main game, but we still have the Old Hunters DLC as well. Which would you like to see done first? Should we take on Mergo in the next video to finish off the Nightmare of Mensis, or dive into the Hunter's Nightmare to fight Ludwig? I'm game for either, so let me know which you would like to see and your thoughts on gear for the fight, and I will do my best to accommodate. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully see you in the next one.